Yo. 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 Yo, yo, yo. What's up, boys? How are we doing today? KF! How's it going? Hecky Jack! Yo, Mamba, how you doing today, bro? I'm doing fantastic, man. Got a good lift in at lunch. Worked in a couple different Excel spreadsheets today instead of just one. BPM monster? Boys, look at this. You want to see something funny? We have 130 silver player packs I haven't even touched. And I have 10 League SBC runs that we haven't even opened yet. So we're going to have a minimum of 10 League SBC runs today that we're going to open, recycle. Grind's crazy, man. Grind is crazy. I feel like I didn't even do much today. It was like in between sets, on my lunch break, right before stream, before work. Like, it was all like probably within an hour. Surprisingly, BPM works really well. I did 2 100 pack batches, and both times I got break even or profit on PC. Dude, I've been telling you guys. Thank goodness someone's finally doing it. People need to buy cards on that on PC. So I feel like BPM, for the lack of, let's say, cards on the market in general, BPM is just a consistent supply you can always give to the market. You might have to find some like alternatives, like rather than use the ones you're packing, maybe you only use untradeable. And in the meantime, you're working to build everything up. But yeah, dude, I'm glad it's working, man. I was going crazy the other day when people were saying BPM wasn't working on there. I'm like, no shot. It might be repetitive, but for sure it would have to work. Go 1.5 mil, how would you run it with this total? Treat it as from scratch and as sustainable as possible. Treat it as from scratch and as sustainable as possible, please. Yeah, I would follow our Mixed League grind, buddy. If you haven't seen that video yet, I would maybe start with as simple as 1 to 2 runs a day to get an idea of how you're laying the foundation. Once you're comfortable with that, kind of progress from there. It's not difficult at all to scale up. You hit kind of a ceiling for, like, I feel like what's beneficial on a day-to-day basis. But yeah. All good, man. Been a 3-year-long viewer. Need some advice with this year's grind. Got 2.2 mil in 2 of the weeks. I basically discard. I'm grinding similar to you, but see my coins going down slightly. Okay. Question, though. When you say coins going down slightly, what does that mean? Because if my coins are going down slightly, and in the meantime, I've opened thousands of bronze packs. I have hundreds and hundreds of packs saved, including stuff we're opening today. I have all my tradable silvers. I have all my tradable golds. I have all my consumables from the jumbo gold pack that I haven't sold on yet. Managers, all that. My coin total might slightly be down too, but there's value that we haven't yet sold on. So I'd ask yourself, what position are you in? Are you slightly down in coins after you're out of absolutely everything? But the very annoying thing is my cards, as many cards you find for, let's say, 2K, but I undercut and they won't sell. Are you talking libs and suds, or is there other cards worth 2K? Let's pretend we packed Human Ballard. I have them tradable in my club, and I'm pretending I packed them for sure. 100%. Currently doing 5 to 10 runs, but losing 5 to 7K per run. Wait, how are you losing 5 to 7K per run? How much are you spending? How do you account for like untradables in the BPM grind, the bronze upgrades and stuff like that? And like the premium from the mix? I packed the 10K silver from a mixed league run today, so not too bad. Does anyone know tomorrow for Team of the Week if we have any bronzes in it? I haven't looked to see what's coming out. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. I've been selling anything tradable to keep me as close to break even as I can. Should I hold all silvers for Black Friday? That's what I've been doing. Honestly, yeah. Actually, sad how many 84 times packs I've opened. Dang, man. Packed untradeable Van Basten from League SBCs. W. No, in general, random cards which are high in price. I see them for like 2K, list them for 1.5, but once they expire, they're back to only 200 coins. Because probably there's not the value to it you think it has. It's probably just limited cards on the market. So a card's probably not worth 2K. There's probably just nothing listed on the market under 2K, but no one's buying, if that makes sense. What to do with 300K and want to build packs? Just BPM. BPM can be a great tool. Daily League SBC grind can be a great tool. Doing just dailies and objectives can be a great tool. Special card bidding and inform bidding and sniping's been good. Tons of stuff, man. Grind is roughly 30K to BPM, but 7 to 15 silvers from leagues. B, Germany 2. And then a few golds for EFL MLS. Doing all this and selling tradables put me at about minus 5K run. Okay. I'm selling from BPM. Actually, hold on. I'm trying to think if you scale that out. Let's say on average you're losing 5K a run, but you did 10 runs a day where you're losing at most 50K. But then you're getting all the tradable cards, all the untradables into more tradable packs, all the other upgrades you're able to build. I feel like you end up making most of that back. All I'm selling from BPM is Lib, Sud, and Romania managers. Jackable, am I missing anything? You can go in any of the cards from the mix. If you're done for the day and you no longer need those cards, you want to make more coins back, and you didn't use all of them, you can go in and sell those too if you wanted, or just leave them for the next day's grind. The reason we like being as club stocked as possible is so that we get dupes as fast as possible. Not even that we can do 25 to 30 runs, which we can. But we just like getting dupes a lot faster. I could list those Bundesliga ones, but I'm going to hold against it. Super sorry for the ultra spec. No worries, man. It makes sense with what you're saying, but the biggest problem with PC is the market, in my opinion. But let me ask you the question this way. Let's say the biggest issue is the market, but you're talking about a card that you're trying to sell for 2K. What about, like, the Romanian League and the Saudi League? Do those sell for, like, 300, 350 within the hour, almost guaranteed? If so, there's League SBC cards that have that guaranteed value. Carlos, I'm doing fantastic, buddy. And again, if on PC you're struggling to get sales out of the League outside of the League SBC cards, it might be the case where you have to sell all League SBC cards and all off leagues you put into the upgrades then. Then you just make things a little slow over time, but untradable. Thanks, dude. I'm being super aggressive with it, to be honest. 212 small rare golds and 109 prime gold saved already for tier. Oh! Okay, Jack. Yeah. Let's change how we word it to you then. You are completely set, brother. I would say if you're doing OP special flipping on the side and stuff like that, and you've already built up that much, you have the idea of what you're doing. I think you're good to go, bro. You can take your foot off the pedal a little bit if you want to do less runs a day and focus on making more liquid coins. But honestly, at your point with your coins and your grind already, you could literally just trade until Team of the Year, and all those additional coins just go into more runs or more gold rares for league-specific premiums when those come out, things like that. However you want to justify it, coins are going to be your biggest thing, I feel like, and allow you to pivot whenever you want to. More about Black Friday incoming. I'm slowing down a little, anticipating the plummet on special cards, so being cautious as hell, hence me wanting to be a bit more sustainable. Yeah, that makes sense. I guess now that you frame it that way, that's true. Have you looked at informs at all? Or did you say before someone said they looked at informs? They had a ton. Because I've noticed with special cards in general, the low-end ones that I work with, whenever informs are down, they don't sell as well because when informs are high, they're the cheapest special cards on the market. So there's more eyes on them. So now I've been picking up more bids than anything. But it's really frustrating trying to sell them on. Alright, you guys, let me know once we hit 10 likes, boys. And we're going to do 10 League SBC runs for you boys. At 10 likes. We're going to see what that looks like in 10 runs. Those sell guaranteed, but I get hyped by finding expensive cards thinking it sells for much more. Yeah, I mean, it'd feel right to get hyped. I would say maybe more daily SBCs, you'd get crazy rises like that. So there might be like benefits of club stocking the silvers and golds tradable you get for different dailies. But yeah, that market's a different beast. Coins sponsor When Mumbo. Need to buy some for Black Friday, I guess. Dude, tell them to hit me up with some serious offers, and I'll take one. Why are lib suds down in price? Will they rise back up? I was picking them up on bid for 1,200 earlier today, and they're already going for 1,500 now. Me and sales. We'll see if they rise like 1,600, 1,700 in the evening, but you got to remember, too, with League SBCs, quote-unquote, expiring on Thursday, we're now hitting that time of the week where people are either doing them less, doing them more, wanting to get rid of theirs, wanting to pick up more. We really don't know how the market reacts all the time. It can be a lot more volatile. But it still works well. You might just be taking a little less coins. Clipstock pretty much all at 11K, 2.6 mil into them or so, couple mil for special flipping, and my BPM run budget makes part of that. Thanks again. We'll sit and enjoy the stream as always now. Hey, appreciate you, brother. Yeah, you got a good grind, man. You're probably outdoing me in the grind personally right now because we're at what? Let's take a look at ours. I should probably be going harder. I should honestly... This next month or two, if these League SBCs keep coming out and the mix is the same, we should honestly try to put all of our 5 million coins, as much as we can, into just spamming and not worrying about coins on the menus. And see if we just didn't care about coins at all, how high that would take us. Let's say we have almost 100 of the smaller gold players packs. We have built up so far... Where is it? 16 prime. That's not going to be super high. I'm debating what to do with those. We're building up gold common player packs again. Where did they go, man? Oh, here they are. I have 44 of the 80 plus doubles already, and I want to get 200 plus of these. Do you invest in libs while low, knowing they're going to refresh? Do we know they're going to refresh? I don't think there's a guarantee yet. I haven't seen any leaks. All right, let's do a little bit more BPM. We are 2 likes away. Let me know once we hit 10 likes, and we'll start the 10 League SBC runs. I want to do the grind constantly, but I always have the fear of losing coins. I don't know why. And that's what the safety blanket of having coins allows you to. I think there is a fear, people low end, wanting to make sure they're putting their coins towards something good, which is important. But a lot of the times, too, things are fluctuating in terms of coin balance. If you look at mine, any given day, I might be up or down 100 to 300K. It's not because I lost 100K or made 300K. It's because we have things constantly moving up and down and we can take advantage of the markets. Those things are not really accessible if you have less than 100K coins, or the areas that you can do those things are extremely limited. Timos, what's up, buddy? Do we invest in libs while they're low now knowing they're going to refresh? I know I answered that before, but going back to that, you can assume they can come back, but let's say they did come back and it's the exact same thing. Do you think there's any reason lib inside would have more value than they already do? Safety blanket of having coins? Don't mock me, Mumbo. What do you think if I buy Team of the Weeks and then stock them for Black Friday? Is it a good investment? That's what I'm doing. I have millions of coins worth of informs for discard in my club. I'm even debating whether or not I sell them at Black Friday. If Black Friday causes them to go close to 20K, I'll probably take that and then reinvest in them again in the future. But I'm kind of at this point wanting to see what would happen during Team of the Year as well, because they went crazy during Team of the Year with the 82 plus times 20. Was it version 2 that had the Team of the Week needed in it? I have 470K coins and a lot of Club Stock Silvers and some Team of the Week, so I shouldn't be scared, but I think I'm still going to lose all. I would say this then. The way to get over the fear is to analytically approach it, right? So look at the cost of said SBC. If you, let's say, bought it out, for example. Let's say you did no BPM. Let's say you had no untradables. Let's say day-to-day you just bought it out, whether that's on bid or buy now. Figure out what that price would be, bare minimum, that you would spend, realistically what you could get back in each section if you didn't pack anything crazy, tradable and untradeable, because the untradables will give you a decent amount for your next run ready to go. But with those tradable coins, realistically, how many would you get back? I would look at that as the framework of kind of like what Jack was saying, where he's like, I know I'm using some untradables, I know I have some tradables from pack pulls, yada yada, but on average, let's say 5K he's losing. For him, he can do 10K runs a day, at most be losing 50K, but he has so much value in other sections. He has other tradable cards that maybe he didn't sell every single one on. He maybe is doing those premium runs now that he's getting all his lib and suds untradeable, so he has 5 to 10 jumbo gold packs. You have things like that, the additional value that you might not be thinking of yet. All the daily SBCs that you continue getting that you can put back in, that will continue getting as well. It's not like they're a one and done. All right, we're at 10 likes, boys. Let's get it. All right. Test, test, test. Test, test. All right, dudes, we have currently 9 League SBC runs done of the mix right now. This video / live stream is going to go over kind of what this grind is getting us after we're done making the pack. So, as always, if you guys haven't seen our mix grind, it's on the channel. I can put it in the description. But we're going to finish this 10th run. I got it preloaded. I was doing it on Pale Tools earlier. But you're going to see on a day-to-day basis all the stuff we still have. So, even though we used a decent chunk of the cards in our club, we have, I believe, 130 bronze upgrades. So putting 11 bronze players from BPM into those packs is still open. We have all the tradable and untradeable packs from these. They only have yet to open. We're also saving the final pack in the mixed, so we're not getting all these packs. And then we can recycle into more silver upgrades, gold upgrades, 80 plus times 2s. We got a ton of stuff that we'll get in this, plus all dailies and stuff like that as well. So let's see, with 10 runs, realistically what this can get us. Come on, baby. All right, let's load this bad boy up. Thanks for your advice. I'm going to track it and see how it goes. Yeah, let me know how it goes. I'm excited to see. Yeah, my whole goal, just to kind of be clear with you guys, when you ever see me make a menu video or we go over menu stuff on stream, two different things. My goal is, one, to get you to understand kind of the basics of a grind, but then to be able to grow from it. So if you can understand the basic core principles of any grind and then build from it, a lot of you guys will be able to scale to way more than you can imagine. But also, too, another way I want you to look at this game is think backwards, right? Every single year, we have this bad habit on my account where we'll have millions of coins left by the end of the year that we just wasted. And they don't carry over because we were being too cautious with our coins. Think back to like when we get exchanges. Think back to when the end of the year we have the footies grind with the unlimited 85 plus times 10s. Obviously, I'm not telling you to wait for that. But think in that perspective of like, okay, those last kind of few months of the game, there's already a really easy unlimited grind. Kind of during Team of the Season, we have a crazy grind too, but I'd like to have some coins. Really, Team of the Year is the biggest promo in the meantime that usually people are building towards, want to have coins for, and want to have packs for. Outside of that, like, we just have all these leftover coins and stuff we can use. So, like, for me, I'm enjoying spamming these League SBCs before we get to Team of the Year, saving the best packs possible, but then opening a lot of these low-end ones and still getting a lot of walkouts, getting a lot of informs, getting a lot of promo cards, and enjoying every promo in the process. All right, there's the first one. Nothing crazy in that. League SBC cards. You should rehearse for when the coin sponsors drop, bud. Try saving for the cheapest and safest FC coins. I can't say the name of the website that we get. I can't promote one before we have a deal. That would just not be good. All right, we got a Sud. Let's go. I'm just going to chuck all my duplicates into the dupe storage. And again, reminder, the way I deal with my dupes... Oh, wait. I just called myself out. Yeah, I should be opening the tradable packs first, because I'm personally club stocking as many of the tradable silvers as I can. So if you're opening the tradable League SBC ones first, you can store those if you don't want to sell it instantly. And then all the untradeable dupes, if you already have a tradable one in your club, great, it goes to your dupe storage. If not, it's an untradeable that goes to your club and you can pull it anyways. Is that a tradable inform? Already. W, man. Already making coins. Let's go. All right, how much are these right now? 12K? We'll take that. Beautiful. Gary, what's up, buddy? Guys, how many packs have you saved for Team of the Year at the moment? We're at probably 160, 170 of the 250 to 300 packs that we currently have that are going to be saved. Sky here, is anyone else still doing fluctuation trading on libs and suds still? Just selling for less now? Yeah, as we get closer to the end of this SBC set, going away on Thursday, the coins will probably get lower and lower in terms of the back and forth shifts. But it could also do the opposite. It could be people freaking out that it's not going to come back and want to get as many in and the price goes up. You just kind of have to ride the fluctuations. But still, we were picking up a lot of lib and suds earlier for 1,200 coins. We're doing BPM earlier when they were 1,200 coins on bid. And we're selling a lot now for 1,400, 1,500-ish. So even if they don't get to as high as the usual like 18 to 2K that we were seeing earlier last week, if they get to 1,700, even 1,600, that's still 400 coins a piece. Coins cannot get any lower. How many coins are you currently on, bud? All right, let's keep opening this. You can pick up for 1.2 and lazy for 1.6. Yes, you guys got to remember too, one of the best methods with Libin Suds in general is lazy listing. When we talk about that method, we're not saying like, oh, you're going to go in and the buy now, you're going to buy them when they're not selling for said price, and then they're going to list them on the market when they insta-sell at this price. That's never really the method. The method is picking them up when they're usually the cheapest during the day on average and having them rise into the evening, which today they still have done. They're just not rising as high as we're used to. It's still profit, but not as much profit as we're used to. But it'll be interesting tomorrow to see, do they get lower than we're used to seeing too. Yeah, any price point you can pick up under the buy now and lazy list. That's still a fact. All right, more League SBC cards. Beautiful. We'll chuck these up. If it's a non-League SBC card, I'm just going to compare price real quick. Even if it is a League SBC card. Dude, the Bundesliga 2 prices have dropped. They're no longer going for $250. A lot of them. Which is good for making it even cheaper. But in terms of the flippability on those aren't going to be as fun to bid and flip on for $150 and selling for $250. You could still do it with a ton. You just might have a little less success. Here is another Student Americana card. So that one has a 1,500 by now. I'm going to lazy list for 16. Get that to sell. More League SBC cards. W. I'll just chuck those up too. What price you picking up Team of the Weeks? I have all the Team of the Weeks already in my club from previous weeks from basically min price. The ones that I don't have, I'm currently picking up under 12K. So I got some for 10.75 and 11K. But I believe what all informs are right now currently like 12K within the hour, I think. So like here's another example. Silver rare. Having the rarity to it's going to get it to sell quicker usually too. These silver prices are upsetting me very greatly, man. Give us good daily SBCs again. Do you track your runs? How many runs of the normal mix you can do after BPM and bronze upgrades? Yes and no. We track in a few different ways. We can see how many times we've completed an SBC on Pale Tools for the time it's been out. We'll see with the amount of safe packs we have, on average, how many League SBC runs we've done. We can't make it perfect because obviously the final pack in the mix you get in the Prem La Liga section of the premium. So that will be added in too. But if we're saving each one, we can subtract that total from the prime gold number. And it should relatively equate to what we're looking at. Again, though, I don't sit there and do just BPM. So it wouldn't be worth it for me to just do BPM and see how many we can do. I purposely club stock basically everything in my club. Flip a bunch of dupes for pure profit before we even start BPM. That way when we're starting BPM, any card that we don't have, we're still packing. But most things we're already getting duplicates and flipping for coins in the front end. Does that make sense? So more than tracking like how many runs we could potentially do, I try to position myself to do at least probably 10 a day would be the goal. All right, we'll chuck those in the club. Championship card, we'll list for 200. How do you decide whether to do BPM or buy off the market for SBC runs? I don't. I do both together. Not one or the other. An indicator that I might be low if I see I'm no longer having cards from a certain league. That might be a thing to go start that process over again. Or at least starting to refill a little bit. You don't have to necessarily get to 0 for it to work. Like, I could sit there and potentially, let's give an example. I just did 10 League SBC runs today. We did our 10th run on stream right now. We're opening the packs. After I'm done with this, if I go in for an 11th and I'm noticing I'm extremely low on gold MLS cards, I might go in there and buy like 5 to 10 off the market, either on bid or buy now, that I don't have, and club stock them while spamming some BPM. If I see like the Saudi League I'm super low on, but Romanians I still have every single one, I'll go in and buy now some Saudis, flip them for maybe 50 coins profit a piece for the ones that I already have, and then I'll spam BPM to get the rest. Yes and no, Mumbo's favorite answer, along with I do both. Oh, well, it's true, though. Usually it's not one or the other. It's usually both. Fonzo, what's up, buddy? This pisses me off so much. Nothing makes me more upset than quick selling gold commons when in previous years, not last year, but the year before and like every year before that, with repeatables on Mondays, these would be like a guaranteed 450, 500 coins. But now they're just useless. All right. Sweet. And again, I'm putting all these tradable cards on my club because I'm club stocking this way for Black Friday. Black Friday, we get a bunch of different ratings of SBCs, a bunch of different card types needed, some gold, sometimes a full rare squad, sometimes only silvers, sometimes minimum of gold, sometimes a minimum rating. So we don't know exactly what we'd get on Black Friday. We usually get some good packs though at the end of it. So getting a little bit of everything doesn't hurt. And you can buy hand if you wanted to bid on everything, you could, but I find just getting them through League SBCs works just as good as well. He says yes and no when it makes absolutely no sense to. What? Maybe some, but that one made perfect sense. Which one? What about that made no sense to say it to? He asks when I decide whether to do BPM or to buy off the market. But we do both continuously together. Live and sub prices are cheaper, that it's almost worth just full sending premiums nonstop. My rule of thumb is if they get anywhere where you can pick them up for 1,000, it's usually worth it. But yeah, you could if you wanted to. That's one of the logics that makes really good sense of like, as an investment, picking those up. If they get cheaper and cheaper, it's not a bad thing because you can do more premium runs, but the more expensive you get the investment in your club, makes more sense too. Picked a bunch of this morning at bid at 1,000. Silvers or bronzes, bud? All right, final tradable of this 10 league SBC run. We'll go to Pale Tools at some point because I'm not going to sit here and open 130 of these bronze upgrades on here. That would take like 10 hours. All right, we'll do premium next, then we'll do the Electrums. Come on, can we get a promo card again today? Got a few the other day. Both rares and non-rares? Nice. When did you find it was best for you to do that? Lib untradeable there. Tried tonight picking all up for 1,400, so 15,400 for the whole squad for Lib and Sud. I can repeat the other segments. In worst case, you lose 5K if you pack almost nothing. And like, that's the sort of thing too where once you got another Lib untradeable, let's go. One of the cool things is the more coins you have, that's a risk potentially worth taking. If you're used to prices of Lib and Suds being really high and they're cheap for a period of time and it's not guaranteed profit, but it minimizes your risk for that section, and you can run through and do like 10 to 15 premiums when you're used to doing maybe 10 to 15 every few days, I'd 100% go for it, especially if you know where to make those coins back in other areas. What is your max on stocking players? Another Lib, let's go. My max on stocking players is the ceiling. If I have every card, that's the most I can do. What I'll usually do is for a league, if everything's grayed out on Pale Tools and I'm going page to page and I'm like 10 to 15 pages in, there's nothing I don't have. At that point, it's like, all right, I'm probably pretty good. But also, too, I'll kind of count each league. And if I have enough to do like 20 plus runs, usually that's a good sign as well. Speaking of menus being absolutely crap and taking forever, me saying going to Pale Tools for the bronze upgrades. Is EA kicking us off already? 9 to 10 a.m. UK time is the best time. All right, let's keep opening. Come on. I'm doing a lot of gameplay still, so that's getting me match coins, and the rest I do like BPM on the train to work, selling all the lib suds, and grinding the mix through that. Yeah, that's not a bad shout. Especially if you guys are like AFK doing your like Evos and squad battles and stuff. What was it, like 450 coins a game? Bonus objective packs you're getting along the way, squad battle rewards each week. There's a bunch of stuff like that that can just give you little coin boosts, little injections. And then more packs in the process that you could save for Team of the Year. Alright, we'll store all those. Also, too, one of the things we have been doing, which if you follow this on Pale Tools, you'll want to make sure you change back. When I have all the gold untradables and silver untradables from the Prem La Liga, Bundesliga Serie A, and League One Eredivisie, that we're not caring about at times, and I'm free to get rid of, I'll drop those. Another lib, let's go. I'll drop those from the important leagues. That way I can make a bunch of silver upgrades and gold upgrades, guilt-free and 80+ times stews. But make sure before you go back to bronze upgrades, you add them back in. Because a lot of times I've sometimes forgot that. I'll be like 3 or 4 in. I notice I'm submitting like all Prem, all La Liga, bronze commons and bronze rares, and it's like, oh no. Oopsies. Yeah, the squad battles is harder now with the AI for sure. I've noticed that. I have to get a little bit more of a lead. 4 goals isn't safe anymore. There's times I'll cook dinner and it'll be tied when I get back. You gotta score like, no pun intended, 6 or 7. Alright, another stud card untradeable too. Dude, we're gonna have so many this week. And Lib as well. I'm telling you, this Electrum pack is the best for Lib and Suds. The best. Wow. Dude, I swear I didn't try. It just happens, man. It feels like it's dying, though. The meme is slowly dying. We got another Lib there. Bunch of Hyper Motions, Championship, Eredivisie. Cooking. Alright, it's going to be interesting, too, to see what kind of cards we're getting in the Silver Players packs. Got 7 more of these Electrums. Hey, Mub, what packs are you saving from the League upgrades? I'm saving the final one in the Mixed, which is also the same pack in the Premium for the Prem La Liga section, which I'm saving that one, too. And then I'm saving the final one in the Premium Mix as well, the Prime Gold. Everything else we're opening. And grinding nonstop. Watch us get a random icon pull out of nowhere. And another way, too, that I view these things, because some of you guys might be hoping to get, like, Lib and Suds in here. Anything we get is a bonus to the grind. That might sound like a stupid thing to say, or you question that, but truly, if we get gold rares, they can go into the 80+ doubles. If we get gold commons, they can go into gold upgrades. If it's a League SBC cards, it goes back into League SBCs. If it's an off-league card, it can go into silver upgrades or more gold upgrades. If it's a off-league card and it's a nation that can be used in any of the new SBCs we got this week, it can be used for tradable and untradable packs. Players at the end, bonus objective packs and players. Good time. It's like every pack has a purpose. How many mix you do in a day and how many premium? How many premiums I do depends on how many mix I do. I usually build up 10 to 15 premium runs through the mix. We'll usually do, right now it's hovering around 20 mix runs a day. Get it lower here. Beautiful. All right, 2 more of these. Then we will recycle, boys. We'll show you what that recycle looks on Pale Tools. What it looks like on there. How about you guys? On average, how many mixed league runs do you think you're doing a day? And how many premium league runs do you think you're doing a day? I know we got some real grinders in this community. Some people are doing even more than me, which is wild. Alright, so we're good there. Let's switch over and we'll open the common gold players packs. We'll open the silver player packs on console or on Pale Tools. And then we'll build up to more gold upgrades. 80 plus times 2s. We'll see how many League SBC cards we get back. We'll also do a lib and sud count to see how we're doing there. So let's pull this real quick. Pop that. Pop that. Doing 5 to 8 mixed, 1 to 2 premium. Depends on how much time I have and how the coins are doing. 5 to 10 or 10 to 15 mixed, and then 5 to 10 premium. Let's go. W, man. All right, can you guys see this okay? So first thing we're going to do, start by seeing how many cards we're on and how many in particular are for each area. Dude, the icon rat. Alright. So we're going to put our coins on there. Put our lib sud counter on there. Sweet. We're in a really good spot. A lot of these rares and commons are tradable as well, which is a lot of liquid coins in there eventually. Okay, let's start with... We'll start with the silver players packs. Start spamming these. Got a promo card yesterday doing this, so we'll see if it pays off again. We're going to get a full dupe storage pretty soon as well. We'll have to rinse that. Lib already. Wonderful. 2 mixed leagues cards. And again, every single one of these packs, you're either getting a League SBC card or a card that's an off league that you're putting into another upgrade. So again, every pack has its purpose. Their Super League card. Pop those in. Imagine how long it'd take to open these on console. Alright, let's see how low we can get before we get full on the dupes. Can I get Daniel Ballard or Trey Hume untradeable? The Sunderland Legends. Is that possible? Imagine I get them in the same pack. That'd be cold. Actually, I can't. They're both silver rares. Do any of the Africa, Asia, Continental, Americas, do any of those cards still have value? Or have they all basically dropped in price? See, you just keep spamming through. The faster, the better. And without doing any more BPM, without doing any more buying of cards, just think of the amount of League SBC runs we could continue doing with all that we're getting. Another inform, another 83 inform as well. The amount of informs on our dupe storage is going to get high as well. Informs and walkouts are going to be like half pretty soon. dupes there. Do a hero pack to clear the dupe storage? We probably could, honestly. Alright, so once we get filled, another lib. Not as many lib and sed cards this time. Another inform, though. So there's a full dupe storage now, 100. Look at how many informs we have. 0 walkouts at the moment. Mainly just boards now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at the mix of stuff we have here. A lot of it's silver-related stuff. A lot of it is things we can clear relatively easily. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start with the bronze upgrades because I know we got some bronzes untradeable in those electrums and stuff like that. So we're going to hopefully clear a lot of that dupe storage and then get into our lower-rated bronzes of off leagues. We'll work this way up to until we see bronze rares, which should be now. Okay. That opened up basically nothing. So now we're going to drop all the top leagues besides Premier League. We'll do Premier League by hand so we don't accidentally put Sunderland cards in. We'll drop League 1, Eredivisie, La Liga, and then Bundesliga and Serie A. The reason we drop those is we're going to now do all the untradeable silvers and some more silver upgrades. Look how many we can already make. Dang, man. This is with just 10 League SBC runs, by the way. League SBC runs, and I guess BPM too. Okay, are we in full? Yep, okay, so we're full there. We now have still 66 of the silver player packs to get through. We're now down to 66 dupes. So instead of dealing with our gold upgrades right now to get these gold commons out of the way, what we're going to do is we're going to keep opening these upgrades and we're going to work our way up. So we should now have more room. We should get way less dupes this time. Because all this stuff in our club that was untradeable got rinsed. And then whatever's left over, we'll put into more silver upgrades. Then all those gold commons, we'll spam those packs open, get a ton of dupes there, and then build out a crap ton of gold upgrades. Which then we'll open on console, and then make 80 plus doubles. You can see how fun this grind is, man. It's truly never ending. By the time we get to the end of that, I could probably go through and do another 5 to 10 mixed league run-throughs with just the stuff we still have in our club and the stuff we continue to pack. Then after we do another 5 to 10 run-throughs, I could probably do this whole process again a little less in terms of the amount of silver upgrades we can make, bronze upgrades, gold upgrades, 80 plus times 2s. But then we'd probably be able to do another 3 to 5 League SBC run-throughs. And then that number would slowly go down. Then we'd hit a point where we're very low and have to start restocking stuff. But in the process of doing that, think about how many final packs we'd save, how many Lib and Suds untradeable we'd be getting. It'd be a really good grind. You're saving all the 80 doubles for Team of the Year? Sorry if you said, just got here. We were initially going to save gold upgrades, like 100 a week, and build that up throughout the year. But now that we got a decent repeatable that we could save, what we're doing now is gold upgrades that we make throughout the week, we'll save them for Mondays, so we'll make them usually on the weekends. And then we'll spam those open to start crafting whatever the Monday repeatable is, whether it be player picks, whether it be something like this 80 double that we can save. And then we'll try to build up a few hundred of them. So my goal is to save 200 for Team of the Year. If we get more than that, we could maybe open some, but I'd like 200. Right now we're about 50. Now, this pack in and of itself, do I think these are going to get me a team of the year? Probably not. It'll give me a ton of walkouts and stuff too. But now think of it from the perspective of if we get exchanges again. Imagine we get a copy and paste exchanges from either last year or the year previous where you only need one card. Any 85 plus rated now has an additional value to our grind that it didn't have before. Which makes this even better and worth saving. Okay, we are getting to the end of these. One last one. Beautiful. Okay. Now we go into more silver upgrades. Okay. We got 42 right now. Expand these. So basically rinse the base gold upgrades into the better one and save the better ones for Team of the Year. Yeah, that's one of the grinds you can do. We have kind of like the whole layout of the whole menu grind I'm doing right now in the newest video today on how we're grinding the 80 plus doubles, but there's definitely different routes people might want to take. Another inform. Dude, this is... I really like this though, that we're getting so many informed dupes. Because we're going to have to use them for something. So maybe it wouldn't be the worst idea in the world to get like 50 on there for maybe like a 82 plus times 20 during Team of the Year. But for the meantime, like for Black Friday, if there's any player SBCs I want to do or if there's anything fun on the menus, we'll be able to use those. Another Diaria, nice. Sick, dude. All right, 12 more. Can we get all these stored before we run into a full dupe storage again? It'll be close, right? 92 already. Oh. Uh-oh. We might not make it. It might come down to the literal last pack. No, we just filled it. Okay, so now gold upgrades. Alright, we gotta refresh. But the nice thing, FootMac, of rinsing these is in the process of rinsing them, we're opening gold upgrades, so we're able to enjoy the current promo as well. It's not like we're saving everything for Team of the Year specifically, which allows us to still feel like we're grinding a ton, which we are, but also saving a ton too. It's a good balance to have. What do you sell with BPM, and do you break even? That's a complicated question because I don't think you're viewing it necessarily the way I'd want you to view it. The way I'll answer it is we have a video that goes over how we do BPM long term. I am guaranteed profit the way I do it long term. We see more coins by the end than we put in. But they're always being used for stuff too. So it doesn't always feel one-to-one. Yeah, we use BPM with club stocking to do many League SBC runs. Open the League SBC runs to make more League SBC runs to do more upgrades. Constantly spamming those for more tradable and untradable packs. Live in sud fluctuations throughout the day. Lots of League SBC cards I'll list in the evening too. Like when I'm not doing the premium, one of the things that you don't see me do that I'm still constantly doing is I'll go through like League One, I'll go through Eredivisie, I'll go through my Bundesliga, Serie A, tradables, and I'll list all these bronzes up. So that's tens of thousands of additional coins every single day we're making, probably off stream when we have an open transfer to spot. All right, let's take some of our gold commons, make these daily rare gold upgrades now. Got these left over. Give us more rares. I hope we get to the point where Pale Tools allows us to put in a team we don't want to use. I know you can lock players. We can start putting in like all Prem but Sunderland. That'd be sick. All right, do we have one more we can do of these? Yes, sir. Trudeau will chuck in. Dingro, we have one of him already. LaFay will chuck in. Sick. All right. So we're out of those dailies. Let's go now to gold upgrades. So we got a ton of stuff we can still put in. Let's clear the SBC storage real quick. Oh, I should probably not put in the mixed league cards. So we'll keep saving those. Now we're going to transition to doing some of the 80 plus times 2s because we should have a decent amount of gold rares untradeable. Without even opening up these gold upgrades we started to make. But we'll open them in the meantime too. So we'll go to these. We'll open whatever we have so far. We'll continue making more while we do the 80 plus doubles. As you see, we're just rinsing things down the line. Our transfer list has stuff selling. We have more League SBC runs we can do. It's a just constant moving process. Always something we can be doing. How many bronze rares do you usually drop down to when submitting upgrades? I usually have 400 to 500 bronze rares from top leagues and or top nations that it gets down to. That never get rinsed. If we have the settings on for that. The way I have mine set is I'll put in bronze rares, but I'll start with the lowest tradable value. So it starts with all my untradables from off leagues and off nations. And then I'll build up to the lowest end gold common or bronze commons. And then from that, we'll be able to get to the low end bronze rares. And if I have to submit a few low end bronze rares, that's where I'll usually stop. Then I'll keep spamming BPM. And then when I'll decide to use a bunch of my bronze rares is either when I'm getting a bunch of bronze rares dupes, it feels like I'm being wasteful, or if new content already passed and I know I'm going to do a lot more BPM that day, I'll just sit there and put all of them into bronze upgrades and then get hundreds upon hundreds more, if not 1,000 plus. Does that make sense? Can we get any walkouts or any promo cards from these gold upgrades? I got a feeling something's going to hit. Can you get icons from gold upgrades? Can't remember. Yeah, makes sense. Tierney is won in the 93rd minute for Scotland. They're qualified for the World Cup. Let's go. Dude, this qualifying season has been insane. Wow, man. Did I miss an 84 times 2? Requires 11 common golds and 7 rares. Gives 2 tradable packs back. W, we'll have to do that as well. So add that into your daily grind if you haven't done it. Does it repeat every 24 hours then for the next week? Does that say? That's another way daily you can make some coins. Hopefully pack like a team of the week along the process or some boards and walkouts. Some lib and suds tradable. Some cool stuff like that. Turn some untradables into more coins. I will say my plan for Team of the Year, early on during Team of the Year, we'll take whatever packs we have saved and we'll start opening those. I want to try to keep as much of our streams on console as possible during Team of the Year. There will 100% be times where we need to go to Pale Tools for stuff, but we'll try to open as many packs on console as possible because I would hate to pack a Team of the Year and not see it on console walkout. Bought the game 5 days ago and I'm at 100k right now. What is the best way to make coins right now? For me, I've been doing a lot of League SBC card flipping. That's been working well. Some special card flipping as well. But 100k might be a little too low for that. Inform flipping might not be bad. Dailies into League SBCs is good. You have the 84 double that you can do daily as well for gold commons and gold rares. That could be another way of making some coins while making an untradable pack. I'd say focus on those things. We have marquee matchups on Thursday. You could potentially get ready for that. But then also like club stock off of the supply on Thursday for marquee matchups. So depending on what's in the packs, if we get a bunch of silvers on the market, it might be a thing where you want to club stock a bunch of like meta silvers, or if you notice the Lib and Suds are down a few hundred in price, but we got League SBCs back, you might want to pick up some of those. If a bunch of golds are in packs and you notice there's a bunch of like 82 gold commons that are now discard in price, you can pick up a bunch of those, or the high-end ones that people might want to daily put into your 85 to 87 upgrades. Things like that would probably be really good for making coins. That's one of the things I really want to get into is the 85 to 87s. Trading off of those. I feel like that'd be overpowered. What Team of the Year keeper do you want to pack this year? Robin Roofs. Sunderland's keeper. He's going to make it. I believe. Alright, so let's remove those for now. If we did just SBC storage first for gold rares, what is it looking like currently? Decent chunk so far. Nice. Go to gold commons. This is where switching to Pale Tools would be beneficial as well. One draft early and got a tradable 5x82 Jumbo Premium Gold Pack and a 5x85 Plus. Pretty impressed with the rewards boost they did for draft this year. I feel like if you can win drafts, it's definitely worth it. But like low end, they're giving you packs that are less cards in general, so it's harder to make the coins from them. So if you can like go deep in drafts, I think it's 100% worth it. But for like the average person trying to like lose the first or second round to get those packs and keep like grinding that way, it's way less doable this year, especially with gold commons and gold rares. Past few years just being so cheap. Reed, I feel like you would be a good keeper. Fill in the goal, you know? Okay. Okay. All right, dude. Bringing this back from yesterday? All right, let's hear it. Come on, keep going. I know exactly what I'm going to get 2 people in chat for Christmas. 2 people in chat are going to get moderators next to their name. And 2 people are going to lose them at this rate. Alright, switch that to Gold Commons. If I wasn't SBC banned on Pale Tools right now, I'd switch to Pale Tools and be getting this done. Cool story? I think it's really cool, actually. I still haven't done the Saturday's Prime Bronze and Prime Silver, by the way. They're just low-key chilling there. There we go, another one built. And we still have, with this grind, again, we have a ton of gold commons to still put into gold upgrades. We still have gold common packs to make into open. We have 48, so we could build probably 75 to 100 today, would be my guess, by the time we're absolutely done with this grind. If I do it on console, it's going to take a few hours. Just repeat that process. So in terms of the video, I'll end it here, boys. But before we do, let me go into my club real quick and just show you, with those 10 League SBC runs, how am I still doing on League SBC cards. So we'll start with the Saudi League, Romanian Leagues. Show you what we're currently working with. And show you why this grind is so good. We got a mix of tradable, pack pulled cards, and cards we bought off the market. Still a crap ton of runs there. We didn't even get to the end of it. Romanian, what's that looking like? Ton here as well. Not as many as the Saudi, because that was the one mainly being used. Now we go to the second section, the second lowest section. We'll do Bundesliga 2 in Serie B. Serie B would be the one that we have the least, the one with the most rares. So you got plenty of pages here. Got all the silvers we still have to go through. I have a feeling we have a lot of dupes that are from there. Then Bundesliga 2. This is where we get a lot of our commons from along the way. You look at all those rares as well. So in terms of these low-end sections, we can literally just spam these non-stop, mixed with BPM, and we're good to go no matter what. It's the next sections, the Hypermotion and the League 2, and then the Championship in the MLS, where we usually restock a little bit. But still, look at how many 70 pluses I have here. You saw when I started from low to high, I still had a decent amount of bronzes, but we're getting a good mix of those two together in. Getting a lot of these in, the bronzes, the silvers, the golds, mixed together. League 2, what do we got? Same thing, some 70 pluses. A little bit lower in terms of the silvers there, so I'll have to restock those eventually. But a lot of high-end bronzes we'll be able to submit to. So we're doing good there. Still have more bronzes we could get to. MLSs, how am I doing on MLS golds? That's the real question. I still have a crap ton of MLS golds. And it looks like most of these are even pack pulled. On the low end. Or even throughout this. We have some definitely that we bought. But we're getting a lot of first owner ones too. So we don't even need to necessarily buy the MLS golds. We could just use untradables. And then once we eventually run out of untradables, then buy more. So we still have a decent amount of 70 pluses still here. A lot of silver rares that are going to be a little bit lower end, that if we put in another gold common, we could definitely get away with using. But the one I still think we have a crap ton of silver rares and silver commons is the Championship. This one we still have a decent amount of golds too. That's wonderful. But look at all these silver rares. Both tradable that we put into the club, and then pack pulled tradables and untradables. Tons still to go through. So we have plenty of League SBC runs. I could not touch this at all and probably do another 5 to 10 easily. But I think that League 2 and the Hypermotion would be the one that I need to club stock for 150, 200 on a bunch of 70 pluses to make sure we're still good. But yeah, if you did enjoy that, do me a favor, smack the like button, subscribe if you're new. That was what it looks like to mix our menu grind on console and Pale Tools together for like a simple day-to-day. We made the video yesterday on how I'd grind the 80 plus doubles. This is what it looks like in real time with kind of the time in that. The time I put into Pale Tools beforehand to make the 9 League SBC runs before we started with that 10th one on video was like 10 minutes of just putting the SBC in, clicking, submitting for 4 squads, doing that 9 times each. All right, take it easy, guys. It's been your boy Mumble, and I'm out. God bless. Did they improve the offline draft rewards as well? I'm not sure. I don't know where I can look to get the exact rewards that are in it. Did they post somewhere all the different combinations you could get? Do you think we should only do it when every bronze, silver is 200 coins? Basically when you switch from buying to BPM. Did I miss a comment in there? Was there something else you put before that? Because the last one I see is your online draft. And then I see you said, or do you think we should only do it when every bronze, silver is 200 coins? Basically when you switch from buying to BPM. I'm still confused. What was that in response to? Or do you think we should only do it when every bronze, silver is 200 coins? Basically when you switch from buying to BPM. Only do what? Nepenthes said what? I feel like you're missing what I'm trying to say. I'm confused at what you're talking about specifically. Are you talking about draft? Was the second one in reference to draft? You should only do draft when every bronze is a certain price? I'm confused. Oh, did I think I missed the second half of your message. Basically, when do you switch from buying to BPM? Both. We're constantly doing both. The switch that goes from, okay, I'm done buying cards now, is just an overall club stock like I just showed you. So, like, if you use what I just showed, I'll say, like, hey, I'm noticing I'm low on these 70 pluses in this league. That might be a bottleneck. Therefore, I'm going to buy some quick. You could go right to BPM from that and then just get some untradeable. But what I like doing is getting them tradable, buying them off the market, and then from there, what I'll do is if I get a dupe, we just have another card we can use for the run. So we benefit from both ways. Nepenthes isn't an idiot. I feel like Nepenthes is in that weird spot where he's struggling to... What, does he menu grind as much as he used to, or is he kind of giving up on it? Nepenthes is in one of those weird spots where for someone to play it but not enjoy it as much as they used to, he plays a lot of gameplay and he does a lot of menus for someone who should commit more to one than the other. Like, he does so much gameplay. I think if you put a lot more of that time into menus, you'd be able to grind so much more efficiently. But that's a hard balance with his 2 accounts, the RTG, the daily episodes. Scan saying how he always blames EA for him being terrible at the game. Brother, I do that. What do you mean? Everyone does that. It's not a him thing. I'm sure he does it to a certain extent, but come on, that's my perfection method. When in doubt, when I make a mistake, oh, EA didn't make me pass it the way I wanted it to. Made a League SBC grind video, basically said as long as Mixed League isn't over 10K to just buy the players outright versus BPM. So to speak on the specifics of his video, I would have to listen to it myself to really delve into what I think he could improve on or change. I will say the difference in our grinds versus a lot of other people's grinds is there's one step that people don't do in other grinds that make them look down on ours. And it's the ability to bid and flip on the ones you don't need. A lot of the time when people hear doing League SBCs for extremely cheap or making coins from League SBCs, they automatically assume you're lying because they're missing that first step. Or they don't want to do that first step. And that's usually where you lose a ton of people or get a ton of new people in. It really depends. Nep fell off. Everyone fell off, brother. The amount of people who actively watch the EAFC/FIFA space is a minuscule fraction of what it used to be. And the amount of growth you can potentially get in this industry, unless you mix in like football or very specific like pack opening or like target like a 5-year-old audience, it is there to a certain extent. It's not that you can't grow a channel, but it's not what it used to be. So anyone who had any fraction of a community is probably not doing as well as they used to. And anyone trying to grow now isn't going to be able to grow as fast as you used to. Same's for Call of Duty. I used to be able to, back in the day, do a Call of Duty multiplayer live stream on Black Ops 3 and get hundreds of subs, or zombies do the same thing. Just go live and the recommendeds would just flood to your channel. Every single stream. Now, to be fair with Nep, it is almost unbearable when complaining constantly. True, but like, I don't know. Maybe I view it from the content creator perspective. This is like one of the things with the RTG that I didn't have an issue with on mine, and why we kind of like organically stopped it with the menu grind. I kind of knew I'd play way less gameplay when the League SBCs came, and organically, without playing much gameplay, there's nothing to make an RTG episode on. But for him, being someone whose content is dedicated on showing new stuff, getting new cards, constantly playing in gameplay that you don't enjoy, as weird as it sounds, it's like going to a 9-to-5 job you hate, but with a constant audience looking at you. So for him, it's not even probably necessarily that he's complaining about said thing. There's a deeper level to it. There's probably complaints on him not being able to enjoy this. At one point, he used to absolutely love clocking in and doing this. It's still a privilege, don't get me wrong. Anyone who's able to make any money from content creation should always be a privilege. But there's always that flip side too, right? Oh, did I discard an American manager? Whoops. I did it for all you Europeans. Solidarity. As an American, I had to do it. I don't know, but I feel like in the FIFA space, you see a lot of that. You see people trying to get out of it. You see people trying to change their content to whatever the new meta is. They're only like 300 coins anyways. I feel like Castro's the one who really was getting crazy viewers when he played consistently. Yeah. The recommends bro's talking like a streamer. It's almost as if I am a streamer. That's crazy. But yeah, dude, YouTube streaming like years ago was insanely different than it is nowadays. For better and for worse. It would also be different being a full-time creator. So, one of the things people ask me all the time is if I'm a full-time creator, and I'll give you my exact reason on why I'm not and why I don't want to be ever. If you are one of those people who got really good at YouTube and had a huge audience and you've made millions of dollars and you're set for life and you could retire at any point and you could stop at any point, it's no problem. That's one thing. But I feel like what a lot of streamers and what a lot of content creators do is they have any sort of job or they have any sort of start of a career. They have a family that they're taking care of or a significant other. They switch to full-time content. And for a few years, it might be really good or they're continuing to grow. But then you inevitably hit that point where the content dries up, the money dries up, and now you're out of your career and you're trying to keep this business afloat when it becomes a lot more competitive and a lot less people in the space that want to view said content. So you have a lot of kind of that old guard that is consistently going back and forth between trying to not completely fall off, trying to make enough money to still justify doing this, while also having it broadcasted the whole time. And I could only imagine how stressful that is. For me, I take the perspective of I enjoy having the 9 to 5 that I enjoy and continue to grow more skills in the business space, continue down my career, organically over time make more money than in that. And then in the side, whenever I enjoy grinding the menus, whenever I enjoy making content, grind this as hard as I can with the time allotted. Not as an excuse to not like fully commit, but as a, hey, I don't need this to be my full-time job. If I make money from this, cool. That can go towards investments. It can go towards giving back to you guys. It can go towards like helping out friends and family, rather than it being a thing where I feel like in the streaming space on Twitch, you saw this a lot. You'd have people who'd gift subs. Like you'd have a few top gifters where maybe you'd make a few ad deals. You'd make some money on ads as well. But you'd have a few top gifters that would give you hundreds of dollars a month. Sometimes there's people that'd get thousands from individual people donating. And for the first month or two, you'd be like, okay, this can pay for the rent. This can pay for the food. This is all good to go. But when those big donators stop donating and that biggest source of money starts fading away, you're kind of left like, oh crap, what do I do? You know what I mean? And I feel like the niche that I found is not even a niche that has high growth potential. The niche that I'm in is almost exactly the kind of content that I was looking for when I was a little kid and what I enjoyed as a little kid. So like part of me is like reliving childhood memories doing this sort of thing, which I personally love. And when I see people like benefiting from it or wanting to do similar things, it makes me super happy and fulfilled. But like you'll notice too, like especially over the past few years, it's not that we've transitioned content, but you'll notice our audience kind of grows with us, which is a really cool opportunity. Where it's like we had a lot of people who maybe started watching when, if you're in the United States, like when you're in middle school / high school, and now you're a full-blown adult and you're going to college. Or if you're in the UK or Europe in general, you're going to university. And if you've been watching for like, let's say, 4 to 5 years, you're now in a completely different period of life than what you once were watching me in. Where we might be doing on the surface similar content, but the things we're talking about are much deeper. Like grinding the menus when you were a kid, sweet. You don't have to spend money on this game. You can grind it, enjoy it. But when you get older and you have the money to buy FIFA points, you have the money to buy FIFA coins, you have a full-time job, you have a family, you have kids, you have a career. Now what you're looking for is that freedom of your time. What can I do with my time? What can I benefit with my time? How can I enjoy it? And that's like a cool different thing to talk about. It also gets more real too, right? People go through hard times. I mean, we've seen that countless times in this channel this year and the past year in general. Lots of people dealing with cancer, family members passing away, loss of jobs, loss of family members. You experience like life in every form. And as sad as it can be, it can also be really beautiful too when a community comes together for that. Tips to make coins while doing BPM and some music. Feel like I'm barely getting even, but need to start your own company. But you need to start your own company. Did I miss another message? I mean, this is technically a business, what we're doing. Sunep saying at one point he got paid $30K a month on contract from coin sponsors. I'm pretty sure he was making like over $100K a month from coin sponsors back in the day. I could be wrong. I thought I saw that at some point. Bradley, what's up, buddy? But no, all that being said, I make less than minimum wage from doing this. I won't say the exact number, but I barely make anything. Anytime someone donates, you'll see me smile, you'll see me laugh, you'll see me say, you didn't need to do that. And then I'll usually do like an icon pack or hero pack. It's because that's the most money I'll make. But then someone else will come in and be like, yo, Mumbo, is this your full-time job? Nope. Yeah, people act like working a 9 to 5 is doom and gloom 24/7. Like if you do what you enjoy, then you'll love it. Here's the thing. I think the people who hate on 9 to 5 jobs, a lot of them are the ones, and if this is you by chance, if this is someone in chat, this is not me calling you out as like a negative thing, but to motivate you. I think a lot of people view themselves working a 9 to 5 job, not 9 to 5s in general, but themselves working a 9 to 5 job is a failure of them to have developed a skill or to have made a business or an opportunity to work out for them. And I think they see a 9 to 5 as failure in that area. And then the ability to get a 9 to 5 and not enjoy it just adds that level of hurt. Where it's like they know this is not what they want to do, but they actively can't get out of their situation and they feel stuck. And then now you have way less time than maybe you did before when you were not working and trying to make something, a business work out. But now you're working and now you only have a few hours after work. But you have other responsibilities too, and now it's even harder. That's when the real grind comes in. Like, I enjoy every part of my day, so I'm not complaining. But, like, my day consists of waking up in the morning, instantly clocking into work, making my coffee, working 8.5 to 9 hour day, instantly ending the stream, saying I'm going live in 30 minutes, going straight from that to doing the dishes. Sometimes on my lunch break, I'll work out, depending on which day of the week it is. Do the dishes, then go right from the dishes to getting everything ready for the stream, opening the stream, being a minute late to stream so that you guys can call me out for being a minute late. Stream for like an hour or two. If it's a Monday night, go to hit a workout after. If it's a Tuesday night like tonight, my alarm will go off in like a minute or two to get ready for the Bible study. And then if it's a Wednesday night, it's getting ready for my football match. If it's a Thursday night, it's going to my family dinner. If it's a Friday, it's hitting a workout in or hanging out with mates in the evening. And then if it's the weekend, it's watching football, it's getting up early, working out, it's streaming a few hours throughout the day. If it's Sunday, it's preparing the rest of the week so I can flow in the best possible way, day to day. If it's video ideas, if I want to make a repeatable on Monday, I don't know what that repeatable is yet, get an idea of what we want to grind ready for stream so we can start doing it like the other day with the 80 plus doubles. Then from the stream, getting video ideas either made during the stream or after the stream if I have time. Sometimes that's like staying up until like midnight, 12:30, sometimes 1 in the morning to finish editing something or getting an idea up, then waking up early the next day to start it all over again. That is a grind, but I love that grind. So yeah, we busy. Bro is being gaslighted with all the incomplete comments. Yeah, all that to be said, anyone who tells you like streaming is harder than a 9 to 5 job, it definitely isn't. But there's different challenges that people can't relate to, right? And that's one of those. What do you do when you're a content creator who is quote unquote falling off, or you're not enjoying the content you're making, but it's already not paying enough to keep you going, and switching to something else is an even bigger risk potentially than... is potentially a bigger risk to switch your content than keep it the same, but then it's slowly maybe dying more and more over time. It's a whole conundrum that the world is actively watching you do, but at the same time too, I'm sure some of you guys are this way as well with other content creators. You ever see someone like slowly lose their mind and like their emotional reaction to losing their mind, maybe you're not like cheering it on, but you're sitting there and you're like, oh, it's so interesting to watch this person just slowly lose it. I feel like a lot of content creators do that over time. Can you summarize how to grind the mixed league? Mainly either not doing sniping filters. I don't have as much time to do these sniping filters. We have the whole video on the mixed and then the additional grinds you can do along the mix if you want the step-by-step tutorials. The quick one is club stocking and BPM. The quick explanation right now, because I got to head out, is club stocking and BPM mixed together, spamming upgrades, libsud trading fluctuation throughout the day, picking up a lot of things 3 to 4 hours before new content, selling 3 to 4 hours after new content, along with your BPM pack pulls. That will usually get a few 100,000 additional coins from your account earlier in the day to later in the day if you're doing that fluctuation. On top of doing all the dailies, into the gold upgrades, into the silver upgrades, to the 80+ doubles, into the league SBCs, into the building up the Libin suds untradeable for the premium runs, basically nonstop. Along the way, you're getting pack pulls, you're getting tradable items. I put tradables in the club, save them for things like daily SBCs, marquee matchups, objectives, Black Friday coming for all the SBCs coming, things like that. In the process, I'm building up a lot of walkouts, building up a lot of informs, doing 85 to 87s, building player SBCs, building icon SBCs, getting tradable packs for those sections, turning untradable players into more liquid coins. Doing that in basically so much bulk that I'm not only never running out of coins, I might slowly go down some days, I might slowly go up some days, I might go really high one day, go a little lower one day because I'm doing way more, but I'm never hitting 0 coins the way we're grinding. And I could spam twice as hard, 3 times as hard, I'd never run out of coins. And I'd never run out of packs. I'm doing this whole grind, and we're saving hundreds upon hundreds of packs. And we could make probably another 100 to 200 packs with what's in our club right now. As in doing more League SBC runs, doing more upgrades, more 80+ doubles. And that's as someone who's doing about 20 League SBC runs a day. What do you keep from bronze packs? We have a whole bronze pack method video where I would watch that to get the in-depth analysis of what we keep, what we sell, how we keep, how we sell, when we keep, when we sell, when we use, how we have stuff in the club already, when we don't have stuff in the club, when to submit something, when to not submit something. Like all mixed, or are you selling any of that? Again, the videos are on the channel. They're in the description. The reason I'm putting you to them is it's too big of a grind to explain in 2 seconds before I head out. But thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, again, smack the like button, subscribe if you're new. Videos are in the description. We have, let me list them out right now. We have the 80+, double how to grind that with our existing menu grind. We have this new menu grind is crazy. That's how we mixed, changing it from doing the mix and premium together to doing the mix into the premium, so that you can do 10 to 15 runs in a row of the premium all together and make additional upgrade packs in the meantime. How to make unlimited mixed league grinds if you guys want to do the lib and sud bidding and fluctuation trading throughout the day, and using the untradables to focus on just the premium. We have, if you just want to do the mix, how to build up the mix. If you want to do 1 to 2 a day for profit, how you can kind of build that up over time and turn that into 3 to 5 times a day for profit. The most I would say you're easily able to do a day for profit if you're really club stocking, flipping the dupes, BPM all the way through, is probably a little less than 10, probably 7. But you got to be really grinding to do that. We have the bronze pack method long-term video in there where we show you how we're getting all our coins back from BPM in different areas throughout the grind. But yeah, take it easy, guys. Have a good night. God bless. We will be back. Actually, hold on. What time's my football match tomorrow? Wednesday we play. We'll do an hour stream. Looks like we'll have time for an hour stream. So what I'll do for the stream Wednesday is we'll have a bunch of gold upgrades ready to go again. We'll have League SBCs ready to go again. We'll do a very similar grind where we continue to build up while we still open stuff and talk to you guys on stream. But yeah, take it easy, guys. God bless. Have a good night. Peace.